right, and welcome back. And you are still right here with us on hashtag Y in the morning at Brown Circle 101 on Y254 channel. This is the first conversation of the day, and we're going to delve into matters. How has technology made your life easier in a world of many inventions, from ChatGPT that has actually literally helped machine learning, and now artificial intelligence that again extends to even robotics? How has your life been made easier when it comes to matters now bringing in tech? And in this conversation right here, we're going to talk to a person who has successfully or works at a digital marketing agency that has developed or come up with an app that literally makes your life easier when it comes to especially home-based services. And I'm being joined live in studio by Henry Mwangangi. He's a digital marketing strategist at Balozy Technologies Inc. Good morning to you, Henry.
Good morning, sir.
All right, so let's get into it very fast. When you speak of matters technology and the way it continues to take over our lives, there's some things that literally come into question, like, why at this point is my life now has to depend on tech? I'd love you to explain why it is very important, before you talk about what you do, why it is important for people back at home, even in the rural areas, to embrace technology.
First of all, like you say, technology makes things easier, so you can focus on other things. So we live in very tech-savvy times where you, for instance, if you need to eat food and you're in studio, right, what you do is you order food, and someone is cooking. So it saves a lot of time, also makes it efficient, and you get whatever you want. So even when you want to go somewhere faster and safer in an affordable way, you order a ride, right? So I would say technology is a way of making things easier, and also because humans love shortcuts. We love like doing things in a faster, simpler, and more efficient way. That's what technology is about, and that's what we also do where I work.
Yes, and in that regard, you guys came up with an app called Balozy. So is Balozy a company, or is this just a name of the app? And also, why did you guys decide to focus on mainly an app?
Yeah, Balozy, with a Y at the end, because it gets confused a lot, is a registered company in Kenya. It's called Balozy Technologies. We are in Kilimani, and it's also an app. It's also a website. Yeah. So we focus on an app mainly because of how easy it is to use an app on your phone, and it's you can carry it anywhere in simple terms. So as opposed to like a website where you have to like log on to a search engine and all that, an app is easy to use. You can come back to it, and also you can get notifications anytime from your phone. So we focused on the app. It's actually an app where you can order service providers, and it came from a need. Essentially, if you're trying to solve a problem, or if you're trying to start a business, essentially you have to look at the problem you're solving, right? Because people will not assimilate your idea, or other people will not order your services if there's no problem. Even as I also do voiceovers, so even as a voiceover artist, there has to be the need for my work. So the idea behind Balozy was the CEO was trying to order a fundi, and you realize sometimes you can, and fundis, pardon me for saying this, sometimes they can be unreliable. Sometimes they're in places where there's no network, or they just held up in another job and they don't want to say, so they will delay you and tell you, I'm coming. So he wanted to build a project. It was actually construction, and then he got delayed, and so started thinking, why don't we have like a place where we can have these professionals who are offering these services that are not very technologically advanced, like construction and mechanics and all that. Let's have them on a platform, because everyone has a smartphone now. Let's have them on an app, and that's how Balozy came to be. Yeah.
So what was the process of coming up with it? Because I believe there's a lot when it comes to web development. On one of our segments here, we talk about fintech. And then we even now delve into stories, some of the apps used. I partially understand about Laravel, Python, and the rest, and those coding, whatever, the coding language. So maybe for somebody who has to maybe understand from scratch, maybe you can shortly tell them a brief description. Is it something also somebody can jump on it, especially who's watching right now, and make also their business as fluid as yours?
Yeah, it would take time if you're if you have like zero knowledge on like IT or development. But essentially, if you have the idea, what you need to do is, if you're not a developer, that is, if you don't understand like coding and stuff, you need to look for a developer, and that's what we did. We have developers in the team. We are a team of like 10. There's the marketing team. There's the CEO. There's the developers. There's the graphics designers. There's also the social media managers. So essentially, it's a long process. But these days, with like YouTube and stuff like that, you can learn anything online. You can learn even courses for free, even on Google Skills for Africa. So I would say it depends. If you have the budget for it, definitely go for a developer to do the app for you. If you think you have the ability to grasp like development, it will take you like 3 months, 5 months to learn like basic coding and start a simple app. But what we did on our end, because we had the budget for it, we looked for a development team, and then we came up with the content, and we had the ideas, and so we gave them the content, they came up with the app, and we started the process of now getting the pros, onboarding the people. Yeah.
So that means it's something that anyone who's watching can jump on it.
Yeah, anyone.
So, but basically you must learn first how to code.
Yeah, true.
All right. How savvy is the app?
The app is not very technical. It's the interface is very easy to use. I mean, it's an app for local service providers like Mama Fuas and all that. So we made it as simple as possible for you to sign up and register. But from the back end, there's a lot of technicalities, involved in, securing the app, ensuring that the information we store on the app is safe, because we are asking for personal details like your phone number, your identification, your certifications if you have any. So it has two ways to it. From the back end, it's a bit technical. From the user end, it's as easy as just clicking, searching for the service provider you want, comparing the prices, texting them, and then you start the conversation.
All right, I love the fact that you mentioned the back end and the front end. And for example, now for somebody who's looking for, you said some of the services that you guys offer on that app include?
Mama Fuas, electricians, plumbers, basically any home service that you need. Even if you need someone to do your errands, like send them to the supermarket or something. There are people there. I'm also there as a graphics designer.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms of trust, how guys have you established that with your clients? Because it can be really a little bit dramatic to just order somebody you're like meeting for the first time. But anyways, when it comes to even stories like rides, at that point maybe, I don't know, the experience, but not just ordering somebody from an app to come and cook for you for that day.
Yeah.
It needs a lot of grit and especially trust.
True.
So how have you guys established that part so that anyone can just jump on it, even me right now, and I order something or order someone, and then it finally gets to be a delivered service?
So if you're registering on the app as a provider, we have to vet you first of all.
So anyone providing service must register
the
app?
Yeah, you have to register on the app.
Oh, I thought you guys source for them and then you vet
them.
No.
Register it's free to use, like from any, as long as you can download it on Apple Store and Google Play Store. You can onboard yourself as a service provider, and you can also onboard yourself as a user. So what we do on our end is make sure that when you're registering yourself as a service provider, we vet you. So we ask for details about yourself. We ask for your name first of all, and we compare that your name matches with your name on your identification document.
And how do you ensure that the name matches the ID?
Because we also ask for your ID photo. So you upload an image of your ID or your passport, and then we verify. We have like a team going through, looking at this is Henry Mwangangi, this is what he says his name is, this is what appears on the ID. Does this photo that he uses match the photo on the ID? We also ask for your phone number, and we verify that against your name under the registration with the telecommunication network you're using, whether it's whichever telecommunication network you're using, right? Then we also ask for your certifications, because if you're like an electrician, you are certified electricians. But for service providers that are not necessarily certified, we have like regular meetups with the pros. We meet them in person as well through workshops and talk to them and see that they are real people. We also order the services on our end to verify that they are up to par with whatever is going to be offered to the client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also the documents and the details you guys are requesting are really private, and some of them are confidential. So in terms of assuring that, you know, whoever is coming to present themselves on that app,
Yeah.
how have you guys established a sense of security and confidentiality? Because if I'm giving you a copy of my ID or my passport or my certificate, I'm being vulnerable to you with my professional details. So in terms of safety, what are some of the guidelines, and how is that conversation on your side? Because you guys are now the back-end operators.
Security is actually our main concern, because you know, people trusting you with their details, that could go either ways. So we ensure that our security systems are very intact. Like the developers, all they're working on is securing that information, and we also do not disclose. When you're agreeing to the terms and conditions, we tell you that we do not disclose that information to anyone apart from us. And the only reason we are asking for your personal details is so that we can verify that you're who you are. Because if anything happens to a client, we are responsible from our end, right? So if, for instance, you order someone and they come to your house and they mess up, Balozy is responsible for that. So we take care of that, right? And at the moment, we are not like charging anything from anyone. We are not charging you as a user. We are not charging you as a provider. So we're just about connecting people. You sign up, get the service. You sign up, get the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that, so what do you guys benefit from that? Because are you guys like now WhatsApp or both, but you're just there to provide services to people and there's no monetary benefits?
Of course, we are looking at getting more people on board, and then we have other sources of income. But but we are looking at getting more people on board, and then after that we can probably see how that goes. At the moment, we're just focusing on helping people.
So in short, you guys are offering pro bono services.
True.
All right, that's really peculiar, because not so many people would come up with an app to enhance home-based services for free.
It's because the person that needed, that came up with the idea, came up with it as a need, right? Because he was trying to order the service. And the thing is, we are just giving you the platform, right? You will agree what you pay the provider. The pro decides how much they're going to charge. And in an unregulated market like that, anybody can charge anything. So we just want to make it efficient for you.
Right. And you said the app is available in Play Store and App Store.
Yeah, true, it is.
All right. In such a day and age where we are moving to almost robotics, there's a time, I think it was Larry Madowo, who posted a video at an airport where instead of a waiter picking the remaining utensils, there's this moving robotics picking and collecting stuff and handing it over at the counter. And then now we have ChatGPT that has enhanced machine learning, and it extends even to matters health and so many inventions. Do you feel like as time goes by, physical services like people traditionally depending on other human forced labor is going to fade off, and eventually we're going to live in a world where you're going to speak to a code and say, hi, I want this and that, and it answers da, 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 da. Do you feel like we're heading there?
Yeah, I wouldn't refute that per se, because we've seen what robots can do. We've seen what artificial intelligence can do. Even our neighbors, Tanzania, there was a time at the airport, I don't know if it was the president, a robot was receiving them at the airport. And we are definitely headed there as a human race. But we have to also look at the cost implications as a country, as a third world country, Kenya. So I would say we are headed there as a human race, but as a country, it will take us a lot of time, because it's not easy to manufacture a robot, right? And we'll definitely get there, but not anytime soon. Probably in the next 100 years or something for Kenya.
Somebody here is asking ask him how efficient is that app, and in terms of safety, I think he'd mentioned the safety part. How efficient is the app?
It's very efficient. I have ordered gas myself on the app, and it was, you know what we are trying to...
So how does a gas distributor sign up for this? Does it mean it goes to even the local distributors? And even specifically a shop?
What we are trying to do, right, is show people that this is an app for anyone, anywhere, right? So the more the providers from your area, the easier it is for you to get the provider. So for instance, if you live in a place like Roysambu, right, and there are gas people in Roysambu, if they are signed up on the app as gas suppliers, and you're trying to order gas from on the Balozy app, the nearest gas supplier, because it's also filtering through your location as well. You get to choose wherever you are. And so it becomes easier for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the, let's say, what are some of the consistent services that are basically found on this app? That you would say you'll commonly see a lot of people wanting this service that you've interacted with a lot.
Yeah, at the moment it's Mama Fuas and bakers. Our Mama
From what location specifically?
Kilimani and also like Nairobi generally. So
how do you coordinate that? I think I'm interested in that part exactly. Mama 4 is being wanted in Kilimani. Or maybe let's say on Mombasa Road. How do you coordinate from the person who is calling to get the Mama 4 to now the Mama 4 on the app and then to delivering the service?
Everything is done on the app, right? We follow the conversation.
So how does it happen on the app?
There's a chat feature on the app.
Oh,
so what happens? There's a chat box on the app. So what happens is I'm looking for a Mama Fua and I'm in Kilimani. So I'll go to the Balozy app, right? Click on it's filtered based on categories. So there's a category for Mama Fua, a category for Fundi. So I'll click on the Mama Fua category and then I'll click my location. So it will also filter again based on the locations. So there's Mama Fuas that have signed up in Kilimani. They've signed up like to provide services in all parts of Nairobi. So I'll pick the one nearest to me and then I'll get a list of Mama Fuas from that specific area. Now, there's also another filtering system based on the rating. So the more a Mama Fua is hired, the higher the rate on the app. So I'll see this one has been hired like 20 times, 30 times, and they have like a 5-star rating or a 3-star rating.
Is it beneficial to them in terms of monetary value?
Of course, they're getting the money. The money they're charging on the app, they're getting paid by the service provider through whichever payment system they're using. At the moment, we've not integrated like a payment system in the app, but we are working on it. So what happens is, it's willing buyer, willing seller. I tell you I'm a Mama Fua, I charge 1,000 bob, you agree, then you pay me through M-Pesa. If you don't get paid, you'll follow up with Balozy now. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that can be inconveniencing. For example, somebody misbehaves, or maybe this Mama Fua goes and finds it's not what she was expecting.
Exactly.
How do you deal with that? Because now it can even extend to be a police case for that matter.
We have a customer care support that's full-time working to pick those calls if there's any complaints, and we work closely with the authorities. So if there's any case, there has not been any case so far, we thank God, but if there's any case, we will deal with it. And sometimes when you're dealing with humans, there has to be, there has to be like conflict, right? But it's not been experienced so far. We're also working on ensuring that the payment system is through our platform so that we can guarantee the service providers to, avoid that push and pull between the service provider and whoever is getting the service. And but it's a process. So far, so good.
Yeah, but also what I'm also questioning is a Mama 4, sometimes they don't have these certifications.
Yeah.
So how do you vet that and consider them a professional Mama 4? Because you initially mentioned you must give a certification. Now, of course, ID, everybody has it, who is above 18. Yeah. So how do you determine the professionalism of this Mama 4? And also now the pricing, because you've said there's a place where you're not the one determining how much she's being paid, which can be a little bit inconveniencing, because I can imagine if you're washing the house, washing the car, the clothes and everything, and you're being paid a 500 bob, instead of like just coming with a fixed price. So how do you determine that pricing as well? And that is the payment for the Mama 4.
You see what happens currently if you're ordering like a Mama Fua, right? If you have ordered a Mama Fua, is that you negotiate with them on the price. So what we are trying to do at the moment is a similar stuff, but making it more efficient through the app. So if a Mama Fua comes to your place, you negotiate with them how much you're going to pay them. You tell them this is the job description. Now, if they do not deliver according to what you had requested, now you get in touch with Balozy. Balozy will take care of it, right? So, but we are still working on the how to make it more efficient, how to ensure that we have more trainings. So, like, we have a workshop coming up with all most of the pros that have been hired, so that we can interact with them and vet their services. So it's an ongoing process, I would say. Yeah. But essentially, if anyone signs up on an app as a service provider, even you, unless you're a con man, you wouldn't go and sign up as a mama fua when you know you can't fua. That would be sort of
okay. What other services? Well, you said mama fua is very common. Which other one that's very common? Anyone
electricians and TV mounting as well, because you know TV mounting can get tricky. Electricians, TV mounting, gas supplies, even DJs and home catering.
DJs.
Yeah. It's also it's anything service based. Even photographers. We're actually doing an event in town last week, and we ordered the videographer from the app. Yeah.
Right. At your workplace at Balozy, you said it's a company. You are there as a digital marketing strategist.
Yes.
So what do you coordinate mostly at the time you're at work?
So as a digital media strategist, my job description is coming up with ways to ensure visibility online, right? So this is coordinating with the social media managers, ensuring that we post on a daily basis on all platforms, understanding the metrics, the key insights, where we are doing well, on what platform we are doing well. I also come up with...
Which one are you doing well?
We are doing pretty well on Facebook and YouTube. We have
YouTube.
over 30,000.
Meaning you make videos?
Yeah, we do make videos. We have like over 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Is it 30 or 40 something thousand? And also Facebook, because we find that most of the demographics of the people that are the service providers are using Facebook, and also the people that need these services on Facebook, the age between like 30 to 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah. And mostly women are the ones that are using the app more. I don't know why. I think it's because women are more like taking care of the home-based services, like, you know, the cleaning and all that.
All right. Excellent. Also, when it comes to still the app, for somebody who will be like, so what is the difference between his app and Bolt? You know, what is the difference between his app and Uber? Or what is the other one? Is it Hello Food or Glovo? Yeah.
No, it's a similar it's a similar idea. We are not saying we are any different. We are not redefining the wheel. We are just looking at a different problem and solving it the same way it's been solved before. So you can't compare an app that helps you order mamafua with an app that helps you order a car, right? What the car services that we have on the app are not like we don't have our cars or our drivers.
Our showroom.
Or our showroom. What we do have is people that are offering professional driving services. So you will order the guy with their car, and they charge extremely high because it's like a taxi service. And this one can do even long distances, right? You can take a car hire and have the driver drive you to like Mombasa or something. So our mode of operation is a bit different, but the idea is similar.
For instance, somebody has to order food. So where are they ordering food from?
No, we don't have like food. You don't order products.
We don't
order
services.
All
if you want to, services.
Yeah, if you want to order food, you order a chef.
Or you order a chef to cook.
To come and cook for you.
And that can be a little bit pricey, right?
Yeah. Of course, a private chef is expensive. Even a private barber will not charge you the same price when you go to a kinyozi. Yeah.
Which other services are you looking forward to add on to the app?
We have so many. Landscaping is also available. We are expanding any service, basically, even shoe polishes. So any service that is needed anywhere and is not available online, we are trying to make everybody tech savvy. Yeah. So you think of it, we have it.
Is it possible to, as time goes by, you guys can include a midwife to help somebody who is just about to deliver?
We actually have nurses.
Oh, you have nurses on there?
We have nurses, and we are working on that midwifery thing. And it's funny you mention it, because when we were in town doing an activation last week, 2 nurses, I think they were nursing students, came up to us and said, can we sign up as, nurses? And we said, why not, right?
Yeah.
As long as you can provide the certification that you're a nurse, go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's perfect. When it comes to a business, because you guys are in business, I believe that is a business.
True.
But then you guys are not making profit, so I'm trying to piece up the pieces.
Yeah.
You guys are offering pro bono services, and yet you guys have this huge amount of services you're reaching out to people. How do you guys stay afloat, and where do you guys get the funding? Are you guys funded? Do you guys dig deep into your personal pockets? Do you have a sponsor? How do you stay afloat?
You see, if you've started a startup in Kenya or anywhere else, you know, you have to like really have sources of income. Even for the first 1 or 2 years, you don't break even that easily. So at the moment,
because you've been in operation for a year now.
Yeah. So at the moment, we are relying on 1 or 2 investors in the idea, and we also we might integrate some commissions at some point, but at the moment we are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is your biggest supporter?
Who is?
Your biggest supporter
In terms
at
of?
Balozy, financially?
Our CEO. Our CEO is
Who
everything.
is?
His name is Steve. Yeah.
Steve who?
Steve Nganga. Yeah. He's the guy I was telling you about. He was trying to order the service on the app. He's just a regular guy but you know, he's based in the country, but he's lived abroad for quite some time.
Right.
So I think I had this conversation with him when I was asking. Before I agreed to join the team.
You're going to make... Oh, before you joined the team, not before you came to TV to talk about the app.
I had the conversation before I joined the team because I wanted to understand why Balozy.
Actually, so how did you join the team now that you've given us
it's actually,
the leeway?
It's actually, you won't believe it because I just DM'd them on IG.
Really?
I did. I can even show you my Instagram DMs. So what I did is I last year, when they were just starting, I saw them, and I've done this with several businesses, by the way. So if you're like a service provider, and you know, cold DMing is a thing, and cold calling. So at that time, I was a freelancer voiceover artist full time. So I even did an interview with Y254 on the same. So I DM'd them on IG and told them, you know, I see you guys have a good idea. Can I come on board now as a voiceover artist for the app? And the team responded because they're always looking to hire people. So they're always looking like to give people opportunities rather, not hire full-time, as in.
Nice.
So they DM'd me and said, yeah, sure, send us some of the works you've done.
Yeah.
I did, and we had a meeting, and we had a physical meeting and all that, and then I came on board as a supplier now. Right, so I worked with them for like...
So you're supplying voiceovers?
I was supplying voiceovers, and I do supply voiceovers. So I worked with them for like 3-4 months as a supplier before now joining the team as an employee.
With a paycheck at the end of the month?
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Now the conversation...
Assured paycheck?
Yeah, it's an assured paycheck.
Okay.
The conversation that I was saying I had with the CEO was... about no, I was talking about how
you joined,
how I joined the app, how he's lived abroad, and then I'm thinking the idea came from, you know, being in the US and seeing how easy it is to, you know, do things because everything is a bit technological in the States. So he brought the same idea in the country. Yeah.
Right.
And that's how I joined the app. They sold me on the idea, and I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Also now, in terms of, let's say, feedback and interaction, because I believe for anyone who's in business, the first thing that you should prioritize is feedback from your clients or your target audience.
True.
So maybe what are some of the things that you hear from your clients?
There's a lot of interest on the app because there's the need, of course. Even when you say you're offering these job opportunities, in the country right now, there's no jobs, to be honest. So if someone sees a platform where they can earn an extra coin, they jump on it. But in terms of like the usage, the users, people are still skeptical, but we are taking that into account. And the people that have already used the app have given us like high ratings. You can check our ratings on Google Play Store. And we also allow people to leave feedback in form of like ratings on the pros on the app. So if you sign in the app right now, even as a user, you'll be able to tell this pro has been used this amount of times and they've been rated this number of stars. Yeah, so that's the feedback we are getting. It's positive, and we look forward to getting more people on board to use the app. Yeah.
All right. So how do you maintain your relationship with your clients or customers?
Yeah, so we follow up. We are following up through SMS. We are following up through, emails to ensure that the service that you got is good. We also allow feedback through our customer care line, which is like open all through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we bring this conversation to a close, I want you to maybe talk about the advantages mostly of this app and why it's a life-changing app and why it's the next big thing in tech. You could be here talking about it, but you just don't know what's going to happen next. So I want you to convince our viewer why they should be interested to even dial and even visit or even search on Play Store, App Store, this app. And then finally, if you had a chance to, say, be in a meeting where they're talking about startups in tech, what would be your advice to, let's say, people that have a vision of venturing into the fintech space and the entrepreneurial space in terms of now integrating technology and a business? Let's even imagine a mama mboga from scratch who wants to ensure that they stay afloat in the tech space. Now, in terms of business, so I want you to answer the first one, and then you can finish with the last, and then how people can get to finally interact with you as we live.
Okay, I'll say Balozy is solving a need, the need for service providers and the need for jobs for those service providers. So the advantage is that you get to set your own price, first of all. You get to, get clients. And for the user, it's that you get to get a reliable service provider near you at an affordable price. Anytime. You can order a Pro anytime, anywhere. And I think that's it with the first question. The second question is where I want to concentrate more, because we live in changing times, and you've mentioned a lot on artificial intelligence, robotics, and that's the future, and we cannot escape the future. Even as a marketer, I use artificial intelligence in my marketing career. GPT-4, ChatGPT, giving it prompts, even as a voiceover artist. I want to script. So I would say if you're a business person or you are a young person trying to come up with a business idea, you have to factor in technology and also like innovative technology like artificial intelligence in your business idea, because it just simplifies the work for you. It makes things so easy. Of course, you have to understand the business aspect of it, but when it comes to such aspects like, even content creation, social media management, scheduling, and all that, technology has made it so easy for you that you have to jump on it. And I'll say there's also the fear of technology going to replace people like us who've been script writers, who've been voiceover artists, with a platform like 11 Labs, where you can just generate AI synthesized voices. You start asking, is there a need for human voices? Right now, you can generate like a purely imaginary character through AI who can do a TV show like you do. But but I would say it's the same with when computers emerged, and there was the fear of the typewriters, the secretaries being replaced. Of course, there are people who lost their jobs, but there are people who now embraced it and advanced. Even if robots come, there are people who are studying robotics. Robots have to be programmed, right?
And funny thing, it's human beings who are running the
exactly.
robots,
So
ensure there should be no fear of people being afraid of robots taking over.
You can't be afraid.
Because
even as a voice of the artist,
human run.
Yeah, even artificial intelligence is trained based on human models, because the intelligence that is based on is human intelligence, right? So ChatGPT will be trained based on articles that have been written by real humans.
Yes.
So 11 Labs, which is a voice generative artificial intelligence platform, will be trained based on human voices. So it's trying to sound like a human. Now, why should I fear something that's trying to sound like a human while I'm human? Does it make sense at all? What I can do is, embrace the technology, synthesize my voice if I want to, right? That's another conversation on its own. And then if I have like bulk scripts and my voice is getting sore, I can just put the prompt with my voice, record, get paid, relax.
That's really impressive. I've actually been in a platform where they're talking about how AI is taking over conventional voiceover artists. And I think I saw that last week on CNN where these podcasters who had already issued a lawsuit against an AI company that had stolen their voices and tried to personalize it. And I think Balozy, I don't know if you know Balozy.
I know Balozy, yeah.
He is very massive on that one. Still, I'm conversant with it, all right? There's a conversation for another day. Okay. So you can tell people where they can get to see your app and how they can get to interact with your offices, and if you guys are offering any opportunity for anyone to give them a job or something. And less than 10 seconds, please, as we leave. Yeah.
So Balozy is spelled B-A-L-O-Z-Y, Balozy with a Y, and it's available on Google Play Store as an app. It's available on Apple Store. It's also available on the website balozy.com and on social media at Balozy, on Twitter at Balozy Pros. We are looking for you if you're a service provider, and we're also looking for you if you're looking for service provider. So as easy as that, download the app, sign up, and get started. Thank you.
Thank God you've not given your number, because everybody here tries to give their number. Thank you for coming through. All right. You can always interact with us on the hashtag Go in the Morning. We have been speaking to Henry Mwangangi. He's the digital marketing strategist at Balozy Technologies. Ensure that you download their app on Play Store and App Store and get to have fun with the services they're offering. We take a very short break. We come back with much more. Stay with us.